Hi, I'm Laura Cortez, and this is my final podcast for SF505 Foundations of Practical Theology. I want to say first how thankful I am for the diversity in the readings and the activities and assignments that we were tasked to complete. It was not boring, to say the least. Okay, first up, so reflecting on reflections. I really appreciated that each spiritual reflection that we read was related to the week's study. The reflections also revealed the heart of practical theology, getting into concepts and issues that are at the core of our faith, but often are neglected, especially the idea of probiotic theology. That was really illuminating as to my perspective on gospel work, that our theology and as a result our faithful action would center on generating and cultivating life as opposed to suppressing and oppressing. That life was really eye-opening for me. And falling in step with that probiotic theology was the reminder of righteous compassion and its connection to justice. And what better way to combat the colonial matrix of power than to overcome that oppression and condemnation with the love of Christ pouring through us in the form of action. The reflection on the last and wretched of the world really had me questioning as to my definition of my successful and blessed life, if that was appropriate or biblical and according to, God's will and his intention for me as a bigger part of his creation. All right, next up is blogging together. The theology and action blogs I loved. They were a really fresh new way to have us express our understanding with a reader in mind and a learner in mind. It was fabulous. The insight and the feedback that I got from my group each week created this reciprocity that I really haven't experienced before in producing work for my other seminary classes. And I knew that chatting with them and getting together with them would really help me to learn so much more than just me reading and watching through the content by myself each week. All right, takeaways for this quarter. It was really of great benefit to me to begin my understanding of practical theology with a study of Latina theology and how it serves as an in-the-field model of PT. The Mestiza Community of the Spirit book gave me the language necessary to explain and express my understanding of practical theology, even though I never knew that's actually what it was that I was doing. Particularly the notion of lo cotidiano as ground zero for what produces Latina theology and its particular sabor. De la Torre and Aponte in MCS describe Latino theology as the verbal expression of faith practiced, believed, articulated, and celebrated by Hispanics. And I will take that with me here on out. On the different models of practical theology, the process that remains with me is Scar Comode's process of faithful action using his 5 questions of Christian innovation. Branson's model does provide a really intricate look at all of the possible components of practical theology, but I see the potential of leaders and churches getting stuck in the middle of this process and kind of feeling a sense of disappointment and even stagnation. But Cormode's model really provides an accessible approach to the discernment and innovation that is able to walk a church through that time of discernment, not just for a church, but also for a leader and an individual that they may be taking care of. The collaboration was absolutely fabulous. It's my favorite part of a class, working together. It really brought a diverse collection of perspectives and point of view, able to work through all of these practical case studies of working through these processes and cycles of practical theology, and it was my favorite part of the class. In the end, I've really found my experience in SF505 all that I was hoping for it to be. I met wonderful people, had a fabulous group that I worked with. I enjoyed engaging with the professor. I really appreciated the grace that was shown by my TA Austin when I was struggling through my migraine attacks, and all of the support that I received from my peers as well in my group. Thank you so much for this time, and God bless.